In this video, I'll be talking about what you can bring from the video game Baldur's Gate 3 to your home game of D&D. There are books and settings out there if you'd like to set your game in Baldur's Gate, or on a nautiloid ship, or in the spider-infested Underdark. But here are some of the things in the game Baldur's Gate 3 that I think are great to add to your tabletop sessions that aren't lifted straight from the setting itself. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the PlayStation, and I am having a blast. It's nostalgic for me because I played it back, the original ones, when they came out on the computer in the 90s. It's scratching the itch for me of not having a home game right now, and it's a rich and immersive and surprising world that I'm easily able to get caught up in. As I've been playing, there are a few things that stand out as really great to have in any game around the table. So, in no particular order, here are the things that I love that I think that you can incorporate in your home sessions. A dynamic party makeup. The cast of characters in your party is pretty varied. Lots of different personalities and backgrounds, personal goals, and inter-party relationships. Some characters naturally get along well and their goals align. Others have a bit more of a strained relationship. But it all makes sense. And they all have times where everyone pulls together and does what's needed to get the job done. To try to help foster that idea of diversity and variety as you plan your character, keep those things in mind. Or as you help plan the party if you're the DM. Not everybody has to be exactly the same in order for a party to work. And in fact, having some characters who struggle to see eye to eye, but are being played by players who understand respect and boundaries can make for a very exciting story. The next thing for this game is reasons to stay together. Now, the game, at least so far, I'm still kind of in that starting area and only about 20-25 hours into the game. The game does a great job of giving all of the characters a reason to be a part of this group. And this goes in hand with my point about having a variety of people in the party. Since everybody has a reason to stick together, it's easier to have characters that might not normally work together as well, but they still stay as a part of the group. In Baldur's Gate 3, it's that little illithid wormy boy that's keeping the band together, but in your game it could be anything. And remember that it's not all up to you as the DM to keep people from wandering off. Party dynamic and cohesion is a great conversation to have during your session 0. And we talk about this as a player in our player motivation video, which you can also check out. Passive perception checks. All right, this entry is pretty short, but I love the passive perception checks throughout this game. And you can incorporate those as a DM. And doing that allows the game to flow along better. And it doesn't have the issue of players stopping and rolling over and over again and having it be too easy to meta because they've got FOMO over whether or not, why they failed that spot check in the first place. Rolling passive perceptions for them allows you to give players a fun narrative moment if they make it and keep the game flowing smoothly if they don't. A big thanks to all of our patrons, but especially to Black Dragon Gaming. If you like what we do and you want to have a direct hand in supporting our channel and helping us make these videos, then head over to Patreon and check out the perks of being a patron. The last thing I really like from Baldur's Gate 3 that you can put at your table is acknowledging that when someone says what they want to do and they roll and they pass the check, it just works. All right, now I've noticed in a lot of groups I've been a part of, groups I've watched at conventions or at a gaming table, or games that I've run. The physical checks are easy to just roll, and then we hand wave those results. Right? If somebody wants to have their barbarian pull apart iron bars, DMs don't have the player do 100 push-ups first and then roll. But when it comes to the social checks like persuasion or deception, it's pretty common for DMs to ask players to full-on, word-for-word, speak their dialogue and expect it to be perfect before they decide what that difficulty check is going to be. And it punishes players for not being the amazingly eloquent bard in real life that they're pretending to be. I like that in Baldur's Gate 3, the dialogue, it's not always the most impressive. All right, but if you make the role, the NPCs and the bad guys respond appropriately. There's one part in the game early on where you're talking to a giant troll, and the troll's like, I'm the guard, you're not supposed to be here. And if you make the check, you just say, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm here, which means I'm supposed to be here. And the troll's just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I love that. I think that there's something easy to learn there. As a DM, I think you should be asking players to describe what they're trying to accomplish with their goal. Yes, it's not just rolling dice and saying, okay, that worked, or no, that didn't work. But I like that we can let things be fun and they don't have to be absolutely perfect just for them to be good. So have you been playing Baldur's Gate 3? What do you like about that game? And what do you think about the game could be incorporated into those tabletop sessions? Let me know in the comments below. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Ryan. Bye.